Previously on Knight's Quest. The whole village itself is in harmony with nature.
A deluge of orcs.
My dad is a pretty big deal here. He kind of wants all of his kids to be also really important. And my name, I don't know how he'll feel about it. Welcome home, son.
Hey guys, I had a question for you. What's your favorite book?
My favorite book?
Yeah.
I like The Princess Bride. It's a good book.
I might have to go with Redwall, the first of the Redwall books by Brian Jacques, the little animals in their fantasy world and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, all right, Nathan. Sorry to say, Princess Bride's a movie. All right, so first off, there you get it wrong. All right,
I literally have it right there.
Second of all,
it's right there on my bookshelf.
Yeah, the book adaptation of the movie. I get it, but it's not like that wasn't the question. And second of all, you guys didn't ask me what my favorite book is. Rude.
Hey, Jake, what's your favorite book?
It's Knight's Quest. It's not actually a book, though. It's a podcast. So,
well, it was though. It was a book first, and then it was a podcast. And then hopefully a book again. Who knows?
If you're telling me that this podcast is an adaptation of the book, that is stretching the definition of adaptation.
It is a sequel to the book.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
But also a prequel. But also its own thing.
Sure.
The squeakquel.
No. Welcome to the podcast that is Knight's Quest.
Welcome to the show based on the book, based on the show that takes place after the show. That is in itself the show.
But is also apparently the sequel, but also maybe the prequel.
You'll never know. It's that time thing again. We keep talking about that time thing with the podcast. We are time travelers from the past.
Yeah.
So not a very good time traveler.
I travel through time into the future at a rate of 1 second per second.
Wow.
But this audio does travel faster. The things you're saying right now are traveling into February.
That's true, yeah.
Lowell, if you're listening to this in February, can you text me in December and let me know?
What? No, we are in Garca. We're in Garca, and we met many of Grorg's family members, but we ended with his father.
Yeah.
His father, Heinous Slayer, has arrived.
Can we get a little bit more pronunciation on that name?
Heinous Slayer?
Thank you.
What did it sound like I said?
It sounded like Anus Slayer, which is also, depending on who you ask, a pretty badass name. But I want to make sure.
That's a name that commands respect.
Slaying the right types of things. I want to be very clear on how we're pronouncing these names.
Heinous. I'm gonna be honest, literally not until you said that moment did I realize, it does sound like anus.
Well, it does sound like booty hole. Okay.
I was always thinking it sounded like penis.
Yeah. I mean, I got over that like 4 years ago when y'all told me about these names.
Would you have thought when we told you then that you would be meeting in a story many of these characters?
Look how far we've come. Yeah.
Look where we are. Let's get into it. We are in the courtyard of the Heinous Slayer compound, facility, place, house mansion.
Camp, maybe?
Camp? Home.
Home.
We're in the middle of that. To set the scene, too, Jonathan had thrown a golf ball that is now stuck in a Grorg child, which I now just realized frogs start as tadpoles and then get bigger. They don't just start as a small
but version. We don't know how Grorgs work.
Yeah, maybe in your world.
Maybe in your world. But Grorgs, go through many life stages.
Yeah, Grorgs legit start out as like regular-sized tadpoles and become regular-sized frogs, and then get exponentially larger.
And then just keep growing. Yeah.
Just keep getting bigger.
That. Also, you guys, it's definitely Grorg, I think. Right?
You're right. It's Brorks. Thank you.
Right.
I keep forgetting the C. Yeah, Brorks.
You included the G and confused yourself.
I did. Brorgs. Wow, you really do feel like an orc saying that. Brorgs. Like it's all right in there. And actually, you know what? They're probably like Pokemon. They go, Roark.
Like every other animal in this godforsaken jungle.
Roark. That's true. The Orwell jungle does have that.
There's no way that their creature name could be translated into a different word because it sounds like they're saying Brork.
Roark. We should do that with all animals. Like, hey, look, it's the.
My favorite animal encounter was when Quiz walked into that like grassy plain, and that animal walked up and went, Mistwalker.
Classic moment.
Yeah,
classic moment.
Everyone remembers.
So yeah, they're playing with the younger Grorg. Grorg is being hung up by his ankle by his brother, Heartstabber.
Yep.
Greep.
Yeah.
We also have, just so we can all remember the names, we have his cousin, Beazar, stomach filler.
Right.
We have Parnt, his nephew.
Of course.
Has Beazar come back with bread yet?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's coming back in, and he's just like, that's part of the chaos, too, was Leroy was like, yes. Felia Wheel Spinner, his aunt, Pointy Stick, and Argo Broadchest, his uncle.
Of course.
Yeah, and then, of course, his dad, Heinous Slayer, has entered into the scene, this just ripped, dark green beast of a orc.
Hulk of a man.
Literal Hulk.
Yeah.
Like actually start with that. Start with Hulk.
Hulking
add
orc.
some tusks, and then 3 braids coming back of his head. That's what you got. That's a quicker way to get to that visual.
Yep.
Right.
Why have we not named any of them Hulk?
Well, add it to your list.
It's copyrighted now.
And then
just the word Hulk.
The smallest orc comes out, and Argo is like, "Oh, look, there's little Hulk." And
Little Hulk.
Aww.
But that's just like his first name. So like he hasn't gotten his like title. He's just
right.
Hulk.
It's just Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk. That's gonna be his niece. Okay, I love it. Anyway, Heinous Slayer's there, and he says in Orcish,
"Well, nice, good to see you. My son has returned. Stomach filler, have you gotten the food out yet? We gonna get some food around here."
He's not back yet, right?
No, he's like coming back.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah, and because he was gone for the request to speak in everybody else's language, he responds in Orcish as well and goes, "Yeah, I'm working on it. You know, I'm just one orc. You know, if you wanted to get some of the nieces and cousins and nephews on it, give me a hand or 5. You know, I could get it out here quicker."
There's another orc voice from the building, and it's a girl's voice who's like, "He's not. He totally forgot about it." And another orc comes out, and she's got the bread. Yeah.
Yes.
And she's just like, "Oh, hey, Grorg."
I think then I gotta give her a name because that's gotta be that's his cousin's wife. Her name is Trust Hand.
Oh.
She's reliable.
Oh, is that because she ratted him out for lying?
Yeah, she's very trustworthy. She's the one you depend on, actually.
Now, thank you, Trust Hand. Now, Argo, I'm gonna need you to go and kill the fattened Banus, because we're gonna have ourselves a little bit of a party tonight, because my son has returned.
Argo jumps up. He sprints over to. There's like a row of spears that are like leaning up against one specific building. He grabs one and starts chasing the Banus around the around the buildings.
Yeah. You do Quiz, you do notice that Banus from the bag goes, "Banus?"
He just like starts like rubbing it a little bit faster.
Go sleep. I think Heinous Slayer comes down and just gives Grorg. I think Grorg like fell from his brother let him go. I think.
Yeah.
So he kind of like fell on the ground, is like getting up and like dusting himself off, and his dad comes, just gives him this huge hug, lifts him off the ground, right?
Again, for the second time.
Again, but like he's being crushed in a big hug. He's like,
"My son has returned. This is a wonderful day. Grorg, you got so much you're gonna have to tell us about. Your adventures, your accomplishments, your battles, and why you've got this menagerie of characters with you."
That is a little much.
Don't worry,
we've got a lot to share, don't you worry. We'll have, you know what we'll have story dinner. Yes, a story dinner. We haven't had a story dinner.
I love story dinner.
Story dinner, yeah.
Yes, and you, of course, will get the head seat during story dinner. I'll be honest, sir. Thank you.
Oh, gross. I hate that.
I want that respect.
That respect. Put that respect on my name.
Respect on my name. Grorg then will introduce. He's like, "What up? Hey, Slayer, this is my friends. We got and he introduces everyone.
Right.
And everybody, probably except Quiz, right, tries to do the like respectful like orc greeting.
Yes, let's say the respectful orc greeting for this situation would
because they would have prepped beforehand.
Yes, I think for in this kind of situation where you're meeting like a fatherly figure, or a parental figure,
a paternal figure, if you will.
But I'm saying like paternal or maternal. You would do it for both. You bow your head, and I think there's just an orcish phrase that you say, which just means, like in our language, it translates to "My life has been made better by your presence."
Oh, I like
that. Okay, yeah.
When Jonathan's been like battling with himself internally whether or not he was gonna like take his hat off or like a respect thing, and then he just panics at the end and does it. So like when he bows, he takes his hat off. So there's a lot of jingling, and then the hair comes out.
And his hair. Yeah. And I think as each one is being introduced, Slayer does speak your language. I will say that just because he's an important guy. He knows how to speak languages. But in Orcish, at each one, he does say a little aside. I think at first he goes, "They know Orcish, just a tree knower." Okay. He says to each one, he's like, he respectfully introduces all of them, and he's like, "You're going to have to tell me about his hair, why he's blue, where his shadow is, why he's got a weird thing on his head.
Why is he crying?
Why is he crying?" And I guess that one, he does point to Rainer, that one does seem kind of normal.
I also don't have a shadow.
As people go.
As compared to the rest. And she seems nice. He points to Eloise, and he's like, "Oh, yeah. Yep."
My life has been improved by your presence. My life has been improved by your presence.
I like it's an Orcish phrase, so like it's probably like you don't say those words, but
right.
What it means. I will not make up fake language words.
No, for sure.
Too much work.
Oh my God! Look at this guy's hair. He's just fascinated.
And so it begins.
Heinous Slayer does tell everyone,
"No, let's not stare and point at the newcomers. That's not polite."
While he also is staring at them and like,
he's pointing at the newcomers and saying to everyone, "Don't stare and point at
this guy."
Again, all in Orcish.
"Everyone go and prepare tonight's dinner. You've all got work to do, and kids, don't forget to do your chores today. Just because we're celebrating doesn't mean, hey, you gotta put the Brork away. Put the Brork away, all right? Can't just have him hopping around. He might eat one of the Bane-Eye. You saw it. It's happened."
But he's got the golf ball.
"Can I have the golf ball back?"
"Sorry, son, what'd you say?"
"This is my new friend Golf Ball, and he lost his ball, and we have to get it back."
"Oh, I see. The Brork ate Golf Ball's ball."
Yeah.
"I see. Well, I thought Grorg was his name, Jonathan or Golf Ball. Both are fine. Both work. Both get the job done."
He does say, he says in your language,
"Mr. Golf Ball, we will retrieve your ball. Don't you worry. It will be recovered."
And Jonathan, like at first, he doesn't know he's being. He goes, "Oh, me. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not super worried about it, but thank you."
I think maybe Trust Hand is like, "Oh, fine. Okay, just give me a second." And she like goes over to the Brork or whatever, and she like kind of not like super hard strike, but like sort of a firm hit at like the back of where its head is, and it just goes bleh, and like that is the perfect thing that makes it open up its mouth again so they can grab it.
That's how they get the bits and the harnesses and whatever when they put the saddles on. Yeah.
Actually, Trust Hand, can you show these fine guests of ours where they could stay for the night? Get them situated, and then we'll have dinner ready in just a moment.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, we did already eat, but we will eat more.
Oh, my goodness.
Where'd y'all eat?
We ate at Randall's.
You do need to eat again. That won't suffice.
Yeah.
I do not trust Salad Fingers cooking.
Oh, my God.
I just realized whenever it happens, tomorrow morning, when everyone wakes up, there is going to be a thunder of footsteps as the entire Grorg clan goes out for a morning run.
Yes. Yes. They have to.
Like in my head, I'm just imagining like we're gonna go to sleep at some point and then wake up,
Right,
and that's
right.
gonna happen.
We run with the Bane Eye.
Just straight up marathon happening, yeah. Running with the Bane Eye. Oh, man.
What do the kids do? The Bane Eye pretty slow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, just Trust Hand, you can make up.
Oh, yeah. Trust Hand is gonna lead everybody inside. And she like claps Grorg on the shoulder, and because everyone else had like a really big emotional, excited reaction, she just kind of like looks at him and says, "You still owe me like 20 silver paper," and then pats him on the shoulder and walks inside.
Yes. Not even that much money.
It's really not.
Oh, and then as Greep like walks past him, he kind of like bumps him on the shoulder a little bit and says,
Well, if it's not that much money, then why is it so hard to pay back?
and he sticks his tongue out and walks away.
It's the principle of the thing. You know it. You know I didn't lose that arm wrestling contest.
Fun thing too, just so we can like get it out.
Yeah.
As the orcs have two names, I think you use someone's like fancy name as like a respect title. But, like,
okay.
When you are closer to someone, you use their like Greep, their Grorg
Sure.
title. But like to
sure.
be respectful, you call them by the other name.
Okay, yeah.
Like you would like Mr. Strecker. It's kind of like that kind of thing.
Sure.
I see.
So everyone calls Heinous Slayer Heinous
Versus
Slayer.
what I call you, Peebins.
Peebins John
Yes.
and Jibbins Kraus.
Gibbers crabs.
Gibbers crabs, yeah.
Excuse me, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
No.
Yes, Jibbers Crabs. Okay, so
I still get confused when I get phone calls sometimes. Who's calling me? Or like I'll tell Siri like, "Hey, call Nathan," and it'll go, "Nathan's not in your contacts." And I'm like, "Oh, that's right. You got to call Peebins Johns. That's right."
and they're like, you got it. That's gonna get you in trouble someday. You're like, you'll be like in an accident, and they'll be like, "Quick, call Nathan." They're like, "I can't find him in your contacts."
I found all these really weird names in here, but I can't find Nathan.
Call my wife. It just says Z. Ah!
Well, she's listed under an emergency contact, so like
okay,
that's got the
yeah.
little like star next to it.
Gotcha.
So
So anyway, Trust Hand, describe what the room looks like. The guest room.
Oh, sure.
Go for it. Yeah.
Do you think it's feasible that they have one just enormous guest room for many, many people? Because I kind of love that idea.
Yeah. It's
Sure,
like
yeah.
it's like a guest house.
I would like to insert one
Yes.
thing about it.
Oh, go for it. I don't want to describe this.
Okay,
I wasn't ready for that.
conversation pit. Like in the middle of the room,
Yeah.
the floor gets lower. Like there's a lower indent in the middle of the floor in a circle.
Oh, like at JJ's.
Yeah.
Yes, but it has like a whole bunch of like pillows of varying sizes, shapes, and densities for like leaning, sitting, laying.
Okay.
Just like a community area to like sit, and then along both sides there are hammocks.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Some made from fiber, some made from
They're made
some, like
from-
fabric, some from like big. What are the leaves? What are the freaking leaves?
Snuggle leaves.
Snuggle leaves. Yes, they're absolutely snuggle leaf hammocks.
Snuggle leaves. Yeah.
Which Eloise is overjoyed when she sees that.
Yes.
Oh, of
Yes.
course.
And they've got some true Khas blankets, and actually Banis blankets are probably softer.
Yeah, I think Trust Hand's grasp of this language is probably better than the kids and the teenagers and stuff. So she says,
Yeah,
like,
she's trustworthy.
"Oh yeah." That's what honesty does. It makes you good at languages.
Facts.
No, but she's like reliable. Like she gets things done.
Yeah, she says, we do have visitors and travelers sometimes, so we have this space set up. It's probably going to be nice for you guys to have a nice place like this to sleep. You've probably not been able to have anybody's hospitality in your travels. And Rainer's like, you'd be surprised. Wherever we go, it just seems to kind of happen.
Thank you so much, Trust Hand, for showing us this space. I just wanted to let you know, and it puts her hand on her shoulder, head to head. We are one. I just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Yes.
Sure are.
So, just wanted to let you know I appreciate you, along with the rest of the family.
Eloise is in an awkward position because she wants to ask a question, but she doesn't want to insult people. But the only two people she can ask would also be insulted.
Interesting.
But I think she goes for Grylta first. And she like kind of motions Grylta to like come down to her level.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. How do orcs bathe?
I feel like this question was asked before at one point.
Why did that come up? Yes, somebody asked,
Did we do
orcs
this already?
bathe? No, not that exactly. Someone asked, do they? Yes or no. But
Right.
I can't remember why that question came up.
No, Eloise's question is specifically how.
Yeah.
Like at home, what is the function that produces bathing?
Yeah, we've got... Oh, got it. This is so fun. Well, I mean, there's lots of ways to bathe, like in rivers and ponds and stuff, but like usually in like a nice place like this, I would guess that they probably have a pump plant that will get the job done.
That's awesome.
Pump plant. Okay.
Yeah. Tristan, do you guys have a pump plant?
Oh, yeah, of course. I didn't respond right away because that seemed so obvious. Yeah, of course we have a pump plant, yeah.
Can you show me and Trujas 4 here to the pump plant?
Trujas 4? Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
she blesses for sure because she like isn't used to that kind of recognition.
No, yeah, congratulations. But also, yeah, let's go.
She shows her to where it is, and it's outside, but it is enclosed, so it's not like everyone can see. There's walls around it, but picture like a flower. Oh, this is gonna be so fun. Picture a shower, but it's a flower. So you got a flower head where the shower head would be, and a long green stem, and at the base is just this large. I don't know. It's not a sack, but like the plant bulges.
It's like a bulb at the bottom.
It's a bulb.
okay.
I think that's the word I'm looking for. There's a large bulb at the bottom, and it kind of there's some of the roots are sticking out. And Grylta says, "Yeah, you just kind of squeeze. You put your foot on this one root, and it applies pressure, and then the water kind of squirts out. This one seems pretty fancy. It might even have like be a scented one, so that's pretty cool. I wouldn't drink it though. I mean, it's not like toxic, but it's just like." You know, it don't get in your eyes. It's one of those things. But like, otherwise, it works pretty well. You get scented, you get cleaned.
Yeah. And over here is the shampoo, and over here is the temperature control.
No. Argo, is it Argo or Arlo?
Argo.
I think it was Argo.
Broad chest. Yeah.
Yeah, Argo comes around the corner actually, and he's got a bloody spear.
Oh my god!
Like,
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just gonna. Pardon me. And he grabs a basket, and it's like two baskets, one hanging below the other, connected with like chains or fibers or something. And he hangs it under the opening of the pump plant, and in the top basket. There's like a fire nearby, and he puts these rocks into the top basket.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
And then from like nearby, he grabs, there's these like flowers that are planted near the pump plant. And because this is a real thing, when you squeeze the bulb or the bud of the flower, this like viscous kind of like soapy liquid comes out. And he like siphons that off into the second basket. And so as the water then comes out, it passes over the rocks and then gets heated and then passes through the liquid and starts to foam up. And he like cleans the spear a little bit underneath that water then.
Interesting. So it'd be a similar principle, yeah. For people bathing, I mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. I just gotta ask Argo, why did you need the hot water to clean the spear?
Argo stops for a second and like thinks really hard. And he goes...
Actually, Grylta would have said, broad chest. Why do you need hot water to clean the spear? We're not that close yet.
He like thinks really hard and he goes, well, you boil water to clean it. So I thought hot water to clean other things.
Sure.
I'm not a spear expert. I'm a tree expert. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's like still puzzled. He's never given this a second thought. It's just always how he does it. And so he like finishes cleaning in silence and like unhooks the thing and like hangs it back over on whatever it was on and like looks at the spear.
Oh no.
And he like scratches a little spot on it and goes, yeah, hot water, clean better. Right?
Yeah, hot water cleans better.
And like starts to walk away.
No, I love that. I love that depiction of the pump plant.
I want a pump plant.
So yeah, I guess you could just probably this one's connected to the guest house, so probably just use it when you need to. Which actually, that's a great idea. We should probably clean up before dinner. That's a good call. Good call, Luis.
And Eloise is kind of like absentmindedly. Well, she's like pulling out her braid like piece by piece, and like it's kind of rough. There's like not twigs, but there's like jungle bits.
Yeah, it's been dirty. Yeah,
it's dirty.
Right.
They've been walking for days. She's like pulling apart her braid, going, "Oh yeah, everybody else. That's what I was thinking about."
I do have to ask: is Eloise intending on using the Trujas antlers in her hair tonight?
Absolutely,
Oh,
100%.
cool.
Because that would be awesome.
That'd be a conversation starter.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, so I think everyone does. Is there any other things that you want to do before dinner starts? Otherwise, we'll just get to that story dinner.
When they were in the room with the hammocks, Trouble got really excited and tried to like jump up onto one of them, but that thing happened where his balance was off, so the whole thing kind of like flipped around and threw him right back on the ground. It was very embarrassing. Yeah,
I think Leroy, he definitely he gets situated. He picks his bunk. But he's like, okay, we haven't had really a moment to kind of sit down since a couple of days ago. So while everyone else is setting up, he's writing a quick note. He writes a note down, puts one of the telepellets in that note, and then he throws the other one at the note, and it disappears with the telepellet inside.
Right. Because he's sending another one. Okay,
Yes,
yeah, I
to his
gotcha.
parents, yep.
All right. Hopefully we'll get some fresh bread very soon.
Jonathan actually...
Or the grain. Probably just the grain, actually. That'd be better.
Jonathan asks Trust Hand, thank you. He's like gesturing to his apparel and goes, I realize I'm very much smaller than most of the people here. Do you think that there are any clothes that would fit me?
Oh,
Some of the kids' clothes, maybe?
I mean, yeah, Park just had his 7th growth spurt, so he's been going through clothes like crazy, and we don't know what to do with him after. Yeah, we've probably got some extras.
Is Part her son?
If that tracks with what we've said already, sure. No. I have not been able to keep track.
It can't be. I guess, because, let's see, Stomach Filler is married to Trust Hand. They are Grorg's cousins.
Oh, okay.
Part is his nephew, so...
Part would have to be like Argo's son, or if he has other brothers and sisters.
Part could be Heartstabber's son.
Sure. I have not been keeping track, so...
Yes, he's Heartstabber's son.
Okay.
Jake, do you feel like yours was more interesting than that one?
No, I was more so thinking we could introduce more orcs if we had 1 or 2 orcs whose job it was to like modify or make clothing.
Oh, it probably is, yeah.
Oh.
With this size of family, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? So we do have some of those extras, but also a couple streets over in the center part of town there. I mean, Micron is all about not just, small tailor modifications, but also a little bit in the way of style, like color, things like that. Although, color, it seems like that's something you guys kind of already have covered.
Oh, yeah, actually. Yep.
Oh, yes, Micron, Thread Streamer.
Sure.
Great. Okay. Well, story dinner sounds important, and I just don't want to draw attention away.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well,
I'm a lot to look at lately, and I'm thinking it might be a good idea to blend in a little.
Sure, I can certainly appreciate that, but also I don't think you have much to worry about. Everybody is so excited to hear what Grorg has to say and how all this came about. I think a lot of the attention's going to be on him.
Sure, that's fair.
Beal's got his little spot. He organizes all of his few things underneath his hammock.
Aww.
And he says, yes, I had a question for you as well, Trust Hand. I was wondering, I want to be careful that I do not get exiled from this community. And so I was just wondering how best not to do that. Because I've done that before in my hometown. I just don't want to.
And not since then. So why?
Right.
Well, I feel there's a lot of family bonds here. And that's reminding me of my family who has abandoned me. And I have only recently found a new family here with this group. And so that then means you're also my family. And I don't want to lose that one. So just a simple question.
What'd you do last time? And I'll tell you, I'll kind of give you my, yeah.
This, and he gestures to his lack of shadow. I got rid of it.
Right.
I don't have it.
And Jonathan's like, hey, same. I mean,
I think that should be fine. I mean, to my knowledge, nobody in my family is just super passionate about shadows.
Okay, that's really good to hear. I'm glad.
Is that a thing? Is that a... And she kind of turns to... Is Grotha still in the room?
Yeah, Grota's there.
She kind of turns to Grotha like, is that like a beacon thing that I don't really know so much about, maybe?
The shadow thing? The shadow
Yeah.
stuff? No, that's, I think it's, where you from, bud? I'm from Tarif, the village of A. It's that thing.
Oh,
It's that.
okay, yeah. I haven't been to Tarif, but, I'm sorry they kicked you out because of how light affects you?
I think he stops.
Sounds really
and he
bad
I think
now.
he stops and he says, "You are the first person to have ever said that. You are sorry for me, and I thank you so much."
I want two people to have a reaction at the same time because I want Trust Hand to say, "Oh, that's really sad," and I want Rainer to say, "That is absolutely not true."
Yes.
We've told you we feel sorry for you many times.
But you said it in like a please stop crying all the time way. But she is saying it like in a, oh wow, that's a dumb reason to be kicked out of your family because of how light interacts with your body is kind of way.
Abil, have we been super mean and cruel to you and we didn't really realize it?
like offhandedly, the Trust Hand, Jonathan says, it's like cute and endearing now. Like it's that's sad. It gets, just give it a couple minutes, maybe an hour. It gets old.
No, like not like it was like sometimes Jonathan did put snakes in my bed. That happened.
That's true.
That was a thing. So
No, but that was a good thing, Abil. That was like a ha, I like you, so I'm...
yes, haha, you have your nightmare in real life this time. The crying of the ravens in the night now are snakes in your bed.
Oh my
This
God.
is so funny. Ha ha.
I thought it was. I think everybody else did
Ha
too.
ha ha. So anyway, thank you so much, Trust Hand, for not making fun of me. But Rainer, you have been good. You've been a great guy. I like you a lot.
You are so welcome. I am going to find Grorg and ask him what in the world is happening. Yeah, I guess
we won't
she
have that
takes off.
conversation,
Yeah.
but it'll probably be something like, "No, yeah, that's just kind of how he is."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What is Quist doing with his Banus bag? With Christopher?
He hung it up.
I think Banus at this point does pop out, like his like arms and head are like poking out.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like hanging out. He's like,
So where's the Banus? They said Banus?
Oh, they're outside. I mean, I could let you outside if you want. Otherwise, we're gonna have this really big dinner later. I hear there's a story dinner.
What are we eating? What's for dinner?
I don't know, but it sounds like it's gonna
It's
be good.
Banus!
Oh my God.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're having Banus for dinner.
Oh, you having me? I'm coming for dinner?
Oh no.
I get to be at the dinner?
Oh no.
Can I be at the dinner?
I can't see why not.
I get to be at the dinner? Wow. So no
Trust
one
Hand-
invites me to...
Trust Hand pokes her head back in the room. She's like, "Hey, I forgot to ask. Did any of you guys want what the fuck? What?
"No, we need a new cuss word."
Oh, okay. Oh boy, new cuss word.
When are they going to roll out the cuss word patch? I need more
Yeah.
updates.
It could be like, "What the Banus?" Like, because you do. That is an insult to call someone a Banus. So that could be like a.
I feel like that might be super confusing to hear because that's also the thing she's looking at right now.
That's
Right,
why
I think
it's
that's
funny.
the joke, because then like Banus
That's
would be
why
like,
it's funny.
"Yep."
Sure, yeah. So Trust Hand pokes her head back in the room and she's like, "Oh, I forgot to ask you guys. Was there anything you what the Banus?
Yes. Hello, that's me. I'm Banus.
Huh?
Well, I guess the Banus is out of the bag.
Oh, I get it.
Just-
Yes, Trust Hand, this is the Spirit Banus. He's in a bag.
Banus, trust hand,
I mean,
Banus.
I thought you guys were like some fun, goofy travelers, and you had some wacky stories to tell about how you got different colors and stuff. That's one of our.
Hello. I was told I'm for dinner.
Hey, bud. It's. Oh boy. I am not the most religious person in my family, so I don't know the protocol here.
Nice.
I'm gonna go and forget about this.
I'm gonna go and forget it.
Okay, bye. Bye, Tristan.
Yeah. She very confusedly walks out of the room.
She seems really great. I think she's my favorite.
Yeah, I feel like that went well.
That could have gone much worse.
Although I do think we should keep the Banis here.
Like here in this room.
In the room. Yes. Unsupervised.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
What could go wrong? I don't think of anything wrong from it.
It sounds good to me. Chris, it's your bag.
Yeah, Eloise is like, can we not like let him?
Is she like back from the shower now?
Yeah, I think she came in like as that was happening, and she's like, can we not like let him go, like bring him out to the edge of the woods and just kind of dump him, or like
I can look like a banis.
Sure.
And then I can play with. Can I play with the banis?
I feel like this maybe is the best possible solution.
Wow, I can play.
It's not gonna be like a horrible world-ending calamity if they mistake you for a regular Banis and try to kill and eat you.
You did
right?
that. You did that.
Right. I'm just double checking.
And so far, the world hasn't ended.
Right.
I did. One time, guys, I ripped up the mountains.
So you're not in danger of dying, right?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Can't
He's
die.
aware of his own immortality.
Okay.
I've never died before,
Okay.
Love it.
so I
Rainer,
can't die.
Rainer is looking a little more confident, still very hesitant.
Maybe
He's like,
I could go tell Dujas about this place, and we can have a bigger party.
Eloise comes over. No. Not
Dujas
that.
always makes the party
Not that.
really fun.
Hey, Banis, can you turn? Do you know how to turn into a Banis?
I can turn into a baby.
Can you show
And he
me
like
how to turn
he
into a
jumps out of the
Banis?
bag and he turns into a Banis.
Awesome. And then she kind of like just opens the door.
yeah.
And he just walks. He's like,
He's like, I'm so Banis. I'm Banis.
And then closes the door, and she's like, well, it's out of our hands now.
That really takes care of that problem.
I hope it does.
Quiz is looking a little dejectedly at the bag.
God.
Aw.
Yeah.
We'll get him back, buddy. We'll get him back.
We'll get him back.
We gotta let him be with his people. His kids. He actually didn't say what they were. That was left open-ended. What the Bani are to him.
Yeah, what's the relationship here? I'm genuinely curious.
Grelta's back in. She's like, I don't actually remember.
Didn't Duhas and Truhas call their underlings their children? I think they did.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I just don't know if Banis understands the concept of children.
It's very possible.
So everyone gets ready for dinner.
Yeah.
And I think everyone is cleaned up and puts on. Obviously, they don't have a ton of clothes, but I think maybe they've got.
Oh, Jonathan does.
I mean, Jonathan's got clothes. Do they use the sim symbols to like change any of the colors of stuff, or they're just gonna wear whatever they've got?
I don't think anybody's crazy enough to do that.
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah.
That's fair. That would be a lot. Okay, so you all are
And
brought
Chris just
to.
got a new hat, so he doesn't really want to fuck with that too much.
It's a great hat. The floating
It's a
hat on the
good
hat.
hat.
Yes.
Which I think also the kids were they
Oh,
would like spin it
hell
on the
yeah.
top of the
Like
hat.
passing their hand in between
Yeah,
the
they're
gap.
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like Quincy's just like, yeah,
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
He's like, it's cool, yeah.
This guy's so cool, he gets 2 hats.
Hat.
You get brought to the feast hall,
Love that.
which is right next to that garden area that you had all been in before. So you can kind of like, one of the walls is open, so you can kind of look over it and see all the space. And now that it's getting a little darker, you also learn to appreciate the garden's got a lot of bioluminescent plants.
Oh, yeah.
So some mushrooms and just some flowers and a couple of flutterfires come in.
Yeah.
And so the garden also looks pretty at night. The feast hall itself, I'm picturing, and if y'all got better ideas, go for it. I'm picturing just one of them classic big long tables that's got just food decked out across the middle. And at one end, you've got Heinous Slayer. And at the other end is Grorg, since he is the storyteller of the night. So it's not too long that like you couldn't hear each other, but they are at opposing ends of the table. Obviously, Trust Hand and Stomach Filler have been working hard, prepping the food. Broad Chest prepared the roast Banis. and there's all kinds of dishes and food, and the kids do have their own table. They do have a kid table.
Of course.
Nathan, is it feasible that the generation of like Grorg and his siblings, is it feasible that generation would still have grandparents, or does that not check out with like lifespans?
Oh, that's a great question. Let's go with there's one older, like
yeah.
It's Heinous Slayer's mom.
Okay, yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
And she sits in the middle.
Yeah, because I think Trouble sits down
In the middle of the table?
No, like
no. Trouble is about to take one of the seats, and Trust Hand is like, "Oh shoot, no, sorry, you can't sit there. That's actually the seat for Life Cleaver. We do need to keep that one open." And Trouble's just like, "I'm sorry for who now?" And from one of the other doors in the hall, the person who enters in through the door is, I mean, they're definitely shorter than probably our group would have expected after hearing the name Life Cleaver. And, yeah, you know what? Would one of y'all want to take the description on this one? I'm not feeling like I have anything. Yeah.
So after it's been described, a short orc walks in, and she's got whitened hair, and for a cane, she walks on a cane, but it's like a large sword that she uses as a cane as she walks in. She's got a hunchback, and she's clearly older, has got some wrinkles. And she comes in, the seat gets pulled out for her, and she kind of sits down in, and it gets brought in, and she says,
"Oh, we haven't had a story dinner in a Duchas's age."
Excellent. My idea was she would be like, they would defer to her to say the blessing or whatever they would say before the meal.
Sure.
Oh, wait. But beforehand, she says,
Sure.
I think she's the kind of grandma that swears, though, like a lot.
What would Grorg's dad's first name be?
Oh, because she would be the only one.
Yes.
Right.
She'd be the only one that could say it as his mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it's got to be the dumbest name, though. Like, his first name has got to be like really silly.
Like Beepus.
Yes. Okay. So go ahead.
Oh my god.
She looks up and down the table.
Everyone's gone very quiet when she came in, out of respect.
Yeah. They're very respectful.
Yeah.
Everyone's quiet when she comes in. Yeah.
And she looks up at the one end of the table, and she says, "Beepus, shall I do the blessing?"
He says, Yes, Life Cleaver. Please bless this meal.
And of course, this is she. Do you think she knows our language or just Orcish?
It depends. How long has, like, first of all, how long do orcs live, and second of all, how long has like international trade been like a thing?
Yep. Let's do a quick little check on our timeline. I think she could be like 90.
Okay.
90 something. International connections have been like going on since then. I think they definitely increased. So I don't think she would have like learned it as a kid.
Right,
Sure.
but with the name like Life Cleaver, I feel like she may have been in some battles.
But she could have just been like in orc to orc battles.
Yeah, I would
True.
agree with that. I think she would give the blessing in Orcish then.
Yep.
Yeah. Just got to do that now.
I think the blessing. Do you want like the blessing?
Sure.
So I've got like a prayer that they say all the time.
Trouble leans over to Leroy and he's like, I didn't get that because it was in Orcish, but I wonder what the Orcish word beepus means.
Yeah.
That one's my favorite so far.
So the prayer. This is just like the daily prayer. So you don't have it to be this one, but the prayer is: to Banus I give my first, to Duchas I try again, to Truchas I will listen, to Heinous I bleed, to Heinous Pentis I give all things.
I forgot about that one, yeah.
Okay, I think I got something. She says, "For the gifts of food and company, for the gifts of friends and family, for the gifts of visitors, we give thanks to the five."
And for the gifts of the story, we give to Grorg.
Oh, I like that.
I like that. And then I think all the orcs sit down and in unison they all shout.
Yes.
And begin to eat the food.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's just kind of like a hoorah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind, and I think the party members they know this by now.
Oh
too.
yeah,
They
yeah.
also know it.
Eloise is fucking loving this shit.
The one question I don't want us to pitter patter throughout the whole meal, but just a couple questions I have. Did the party sit together, or did they spread out amongst the rest of the family?
I think they probably would have had to spread out because I feel like certain family members would want to sit together and there just wouldn't be
Yes.
like 9 consecutive spaces.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So then I just want to hear just brief, like, one-sentence snippets of people's conversations, because I think there's eating and then the storytelling begins.
Jonathan turns to the orcs on the other side of him and he's trying to ask the question, what is the spiciest food that is here? But he's trying to phrase it in a way that will like translate. And so he's like, he like grabs something and he goes, hot? And the orc is
And
like,
then they're all like, no.
yeah.
That's not cooked. Like, that's a raw dish.
Right.
It's not hot.
He's like, no. And then he takes something and eats it, and he goes, and he like fans at his tongue.
Right.
I think one of them's like, are you okay? Is it like allergic reaction? Like, you're okay?
The other like grab him and like reach into his mouth and grab the thing out real quick. He goes, no.
No, they're trying to be helpful. Yeah.
And like he's trying to yell to Grilta for like assistance, but like everything's so like.
Grelta's like in it. She's just
Yeah.
going and telling
Aw.
stories. Like, she's like, yeah, so I became a Surgeon General a couple years ago, and ever since then, yeah. Oh yeah, no, this is real bad. You can look at it, yeah. And she,
Spicy. I want it to hurt my mouth, but in a good way.
Leroy is making sandwiches out of everything, even if it's not supposed to be. He's like,
Oh, this is a good one.
Good old soup
This is a good
sandwich.
sandwich.
Of course.
yeah,
Of course.
So you dip the bread in it, yeah.
I think this is the first time in quite a while that anyone has tried to ask Raynor or tried to communicate the question of, hey, what's that? What does it do about the ocarina? And he's like kind of excited because this doesn't happen often. And he's trying to explain
Yeah.
like, oh, it does music. And he kind of lets slip that also it does magic. And I think maybe it's one of the kids he's talking to, and the kid is just like, magic?
Yeah, they know that word.
Magic?
That word they know.
How do magic? And he's just like, oh gosh, now I have to either explain or play it. And like,
do a song, Rainer, do a song. Your songs are so fun for parties.
oh no. Oh, what would he play?
Quiz does create jingle
Hey,
Summon jingle?
all right, yeah.
Let's roll some dice, kids.
for Raynor. He like creates a
Excellent.
jingle for Raynor to play.
Because that's a move, right?
Yeah.
Let's do some moves, kids.
Will Quiz do a roll, and then I will also do one after that?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Based on Quiz's roll. We'll
'Kay.
determine.
it's just a straight up spellcasting roll, which I'm good at, I think.
I'm going to say to create it's difficulty too. Like, this is not a stressful
For sure.
situation, hard situation. It's normal. Got to get them dice rolls in.
Oh boy, let's see how many advantages that is.
Oh, shit, okay.
So we're looking at a success with 4 advantages.
Wow.
Okay. So you summon a jingle,
He
and I'm
just
going to say
summoned
this:
the best damn jingle anyone's ever heard.
you summon a jingle that you might. I think you already heard Grorg maybe humming or whistling at one point. So it's an orcish song.
Oh.
Number 2, it's one they like. It's like a classic. It's like oh yes.
Is it as catchy as the Empire flooring jingle?
What
800-588-2300 Empire.
can it be?
I
Now hear me out.
wouldn't have known that.
Can it be that jingle? But it's obviously not Empire. Jamie just changed a couple of the notes. Legally, we're fine. Got him.
What? Oh.
Bro, I put the main theme from Super Smash Brothers in the last episode. I think I'm
A
fine.
couple episodes ago, yeah. So yeah, it's the Empire song. There it is. Y'all can hear it. And I think the result of this, the last 2 advantages are going to be that even though there's been some language barriers,
Wait.
there is now.
I'm backtracking. Can it be the O'Reilly's jingle?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Okay, that's both advantages. The song is both of those.
Oh,
Here's
good.
the other
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Here's the other jingle right here.
There
it is.
God, you are giving me
So
extra
it's like
work here.
do 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 do. That's the song.
Yeah,
so
Jamie,
now
you didn't even have to make that fucking track. That's what it is. It's
Apparently
right
I
there.
have to, yeah.
and so now I'll use the last advantage is that Rainer, you get a boost.
Oh, sweet.
So Rainer, roll for music with a boost, difficulty 2,
Okay.
to mimic this song that I guess you've never played it before. So actually, I'm gonna make it a difficulty 3 because you've never played this song.
Did you say difficulty 3 at the end?
Yeah, just add one more because you've never played this song before.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're playing it by ear, but you're also pro stat musician. So to be fair, this one doesn't do magic, but it does do music.
All right, yo, this is a weird roll. I got 4 successes, which is cool, but that basically just means a success. I got 4 disadvantages?
Oh wow.
Yeah, all of the
Huh.
purple dice were just a bunch of disadvantages.
Jeez.
Okay.
So that could have gone better.
I can suggest one.
What's one?
They now want Rainer to play more music.
Ooh.
Rainer hasn't
Okay,
got a chance to actually eat yet.
Oh, okay. That's a fun twist of it. Okay, so number one, the kids are bummed because it doesn't do magic. They wanted magic. You just did music.
Right.
Yeah.
Number two is people want more music, which does detract away from Grorg a little bit, who's going to be the storyteller
yeah.
for the night. Number three, yeah, Rainer, you don't actually get to eat. You start doing this right away. You didn't get to eat much food.
Yeah. Poor dude.
And number four is this song will be stuck in Rainer's head for about a week now.
All right, hang on a second, everybody. I'm just going to write some new information down in my character sheet. O'Reilly Auto Parts
Song stuck in your head.
song. That's one of Rainer's moves now. I hope y'all are happy.
It's also the Empire song, too.
Yes.
And the Empire song, yeah.
The O'Reilly's Empire theme.
O'Reilly's
Goddamn.
Empire. Which, shoot,
Yeah.
that's an orc he had an empire, the O'Reilly Empire.
So O'Reilly was the name of the orc.
Yes.
Yeah. O'Reilly. What's the most like
O'Reilly floor
Irish
layer.
name?
What?
O'Reilly the Empire.
O'Reilly
Empire,
floor
yeah.
layer.
And he laid the floor for an empire.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
So anyway, we're gonna keep moving though.
Yeah.
I don't want you to make another roll for more music. You're just kind of like you're providing the music now for the dinner.
Guys, we already had Beepus. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
So then Beepus says to the table.
Yeah, for some reason, Rainer is like, I don't know why, but I feel like I really sold out just now.
Heinous Slayer, Beepus, after there's been a good amount of eating.
Yeah.
He says he'll do a little bit of Orcish and then your guys' language, because he does speak it. So I'm just going to speak in English for simplicity.
He says, we've now had the time to enjoy this bountiful meal provided for us and blessed for us by Heinous Pentis. But it's now time for the reason we've gathered here today, is to hear Grorg stories. Grorg, I'm sure there's much to share over the past 2 years that you've been gone, and we would all love to hear it.
And Grorg's like,
Yep, there's lots to cover.
Yeah, I think Eloise looks at him and she kind of like you know that thing you do when you're trying to indicate to people, you kind of get your eyes bigger, come on, because every single time they say his name, there's more name now, you know.
yeah. He has a full name to say.
It's so I guess the first year and a half's journey isn't really worthy of a story dinner. I just traveled and sold magical artifacts. But along the journey, I encountered this fine crew. And so he'll then tell the story of them meeting first in Hidgety, and how it got off to a rocky start, but then their time in Costa Rica and the festival there. He does have a sad portion where he talks about Eddie passing away,
Right.
and some people they'd heard the news, but there's a moment where they remember that.
Okay. I had just thought of that, and I was like, oh, shoot, is it a problem that we forgot to bring up Eddie?
Right.
No, I think news would have traveled to them.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
would have heard about it, but it is kind of like they gotta remember it. He tells a story about the gate and just all the chaos there and the crazy adventures and the fighting that happened, and everyone really loves that portion, the fight against Omaris, and they're like, yeah, and the story with Neener, they're like, what? And their journeys across the desert. When he gets to the portion about Sim, you can tell that he's kind of uncomfortable about it, because he's kind of kept the religion part really light.
Oh, God. That took me a while.
He just mentions them meeting Sim for the rest of their journey about trying to find Quiz, but doesn't talk about his new religion part yet.
Oh, Jonathan gives him a look about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan kind of gives him not necessarily angry, but definitely like a displeased look about that.
Jonathan didn't like that, yeah.
No.
Then he gets to the dungeon, and he shares their journeys in the dungeon, the fight with Mirajik, which he highlights a lot. You can tell like he's trying to bring that to the forefront of what they're doing, because that's kind of important. Then them teleporting to the beacon, or to the jungle, and then some of their journeys in the beacon.
Jeez.
He obviously leaves out. He doesn't mention them. Well, I guess he mentions them meeting the Magi, but he doesn't talk about the Magistrate.
That's probably a good call.
Right.
Just that they met with the Magi.
Yeah.
And then left and came here. And then he says,
And while I was in the beacon, I was with one of my good friends.
and he kind of looks out over at Eloise. She is someone who I met on the journey. Someone who is very special to me. Who is a true Haas.
Yeah, she kind of shakes her antlers a little bit.
And who is, I think, a pretty good fighter. And his dad goes,
Oh, yes, we've all met Tree Knower here. She's quite impressive.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Very, very special. Yes, Tree Knower is great. Not the person I was referring to, though.
and you can see some of the aunts and the uncles are like, what are you talking about?
I'm referring to Eloise Woodbridge here. Also a true Haas. As you can see by her, the antlers she got. She gave me my name while we were in the Instagram, and
everyone is excited about that. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, and they're like,
well, son, you should have led with that. I didn't know I was calling you the wrong name this whole time. I'm so sorry. Boy, tell us who you are now. Well, it's a name that ties into a lot of things that have changed about me.
and he's like, oh,
Did you pick a weapon? Is that part of your new name, son?
well, I did.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so let me just
I don't know, because Nathan, in real life, you're closing your eyes. I don't know if Grorg is, like, closing his eyes.
Yes, he
But-
is. Yeah,
Aw,
Oh, okay.
Poor dude.
Never mind then.
he's like kind of. Well, he like it's not like all of it, but he's like trying to like compose himself.
Yeah, Eloise is trying her hardest to be, like, a reassuring presence. Like, come on. You got this.
Okay.
Your family, you know.
Yep. Okay.
Trouble hasn't stopped eating, but he gives him a thumbs up.
Chubb gives him a thumbs up.
Chubb also gives a thumbs up.
Chubb gives.
Yeah.
I feel like Chubb and the Brork.
God
It's got to
damn
be
it.
like a trick, right? Like a
next
learned
to each other,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, he just does it. He just
That's
does
one
it.
of his
Anytime
special
somebody
moves.
gives a thumbs up, yeah.
He also gives a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Grorg says,
I also left out a detail. When we met with the spirit Sim, the Lord of Color, the Spirit of Light, 3 in 1, I kind of realized that was something that was really important to me, and Sim is all about relationships and friendships, and I wanted to spread that wherever I went and help more people connect to Sim. And so that's kind of become my focus, is spreading that friendship. And along the way, I've also obviously made lots of friends, and I've kind of help unite part of this group and make friends along the way. And so I am now Friend Maker. That's my name.
Yeah, man.
I think some of the family members are like, oh, cool.
Aw.
Nice. I definitely feel like Trusthand would. I mean, I'm not going to speak for your character, but
I feel bad because I'm so not used to this that sometimes I forget I should be having her also say and do stuff. What were you thinking?
oh, I just think like she's cool. She's supportive. You know, we
Oh,
like
yeah.
Trusthand.
No, absolutely, yeah.
The characters I know, Wheel Spinner's probably just like I can see it. She's like, yeah, I can see it. She's giving like one of those faces, like, yeah.
Do you think there's any someone has announced their new name, so it's time for us to give a cheer or any specific thing like that, you know? Because we don't have to have everyone do it, but we could have some people want to do it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I think some people get ready for it. Like that's just I think it's just if you have a drink, you do it, but you don't always have drinks.
Yeah,
You do
yeah.
this. Otherwise, it's kind of like that. You say their name. You say like Grorg is now Friend Maker. Huzzah! You know, kind of thing. Like,
Exactly, yeah.
so you got some people getting ready for that.
That's something that Trusthand is kind of trying to lead, but I don't know if everyone else is into it.
I do think that Heinous Slayer isn't upset, but he is confused.
Right.
Like, he's he didn't grab for his drink right away to do the the new name cheer.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, oh, friend maker. Oh, okay. Yes.
And then, like, he sees everyone going for the drinks, and he's like, yes, and then joins in. He's like,
Grog's now friend maker. Huzzah.
Yeah, yeah.
and he says,
Well, friend maker. Well, that's quite a name that this human gave you. The human gave you the name. Yep. And I think it fits. It's who I am now.
I'm going to have to roll. We're going to roll right now.
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
going to have...
Okay, that'll also determine my outburst.
I'm going to have Grorg make a camaraderie roll.
Sure. Friendship roll for sure.
Yeah. Which he
Yeah.
should have higher stats. He only has a 2 in charisma. I keep forgetting that.
Well, if this goes well, maybe he could get
Yeah.
one of the...
We'll get more experience points,
Yeah.
I'm going to have it be a difficulty 4 with one of them a red.
Oh my god.
But one of them's a boost. I'm putting a boost in there too. Because I
Okay.
think
He's got the fam squad.
he has the support of people.
Have we ever rolled a oh no?
No. Yeah, actually, I think we did. I feel like we have. I feel like
Well-
Katrina did.
Yeah, that's 1 failure, 4 disadvantages.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah,
That's not
so
great.
not ideal situation. So let's go with, I'm going to make it easy. There's 4 people, each disadvantage. 4 people who aren't happy about
Actually,
the
Boy.
counterpoint.
counterpoint.
Can it be 3 people unhappy, and can I steal the last one as a disadvantage? It won't feel like it until the end.
Okay. Interesting.
So obviously it's going to be Heinous Slayer is one of them who doesn't like it. Let's say his brother.
Yeah.
Let's say his brother isn't a fan of it. Heartstabber.
Oh, this is
And
gonna be
then-
rough.
Probably Grorg's mom too, who we have not introduced, but she would for sure be there. And Grorg's mom's name is...
Aurea?
That's her first name. Aurea. Maybe she's like a bow and arrow person. So it's like
Far Killer?
Far Killer.
Far Killer sounds good.
Far Killer's badass. Okay, that's it. We're gonna go with it.
Okay.
So Grorg's mom is there. Aurea Far Killer.
I want that name.
Awesome.
And she doesn't like it either. So it's his brother, one of his brothers, because obviously he has many siblings who we have not even introduced yet. There's so many. And his mom and his dad, and Jake's got the 4th one.
Yeah, so I think it's obvious, obviously, that there's some dislike happening at the table because only some of the family is celebrating, and I think Grandma stands up.
Oh, not Life Cleaver.
Yeah, Life Cleaver stands up and she faces Heinous Slayer and says, "Beepus, your son has returned after years of being away, with a name, with a weapon, and with new friends and adventures to tell us at his story dinner. And you will not disrespect him and us and the 5 by treating him this way without the respect he's due." And that, I can only imagine, creates a larger problem.
Oh.
So she does support the name, but she's like adding more attention to it.
Oh
Yes,
shit.
because now there is like there.
And she called him Beepus.
Yeah,
To the group.
yeah. And not only that, but now Grog's father has to deal with upholding the wishes of the matriarch,
no.
but also
Oh, this is an awkward Thanksgiving dinner for sure.
Yep. So I think Heinous Slayer, he's kind of sitting there. He went from like kind of being like confused and just like not really thrilled about it, but when his mom called him out like that, now he's mad. Now you see him like his face like kind of like tightens up, and there's a little bit of a grimace, and his tusks even like raise up to like above his eyes, like he's like at that point he's like,
Well, you are right, Life Cleaver, mother of mine. We do have some traditions that need to be upheld, and I do think I have neglected one of them. For a son of mine left the family unannounced, abandoning his kin. And when an orc returns after such an absence, there needs to be a duel of rights to see whether or not, when he returns, he also gets his inheritance in the family. And so thank you, Life Cleaver, for reminding me of the importance of tradition. So, in the honor of how a duel must be executed. And Mother, let you be the witness to this exclamation. I challenge Friendmaker to a duel of rats. Tomorrow, on top of the Temple of Five.
I think Rainer's like, oh no, and Trouble is like, oh hell yeah.
Yes. And I think Lifecleaver looks a little sadly at Heinous Slayer, but with a nod, she turns to Grorg and says,
Well, Friendmaker, grandson of mine, you've been away for too long. It's time to show us what you learned on your travels.
Hey there, Questies. It's me, Nathan. Thank you so much for listening to episode 28 of season 3. And oh boy, what an intense what a situation that was. I gotta give hats off to Jamie once again for making that fantastic music. I gotta shout you out, bro. I mean, you're doing some killer work. Everyone else, come on, give the man the credit he deserves for taking our story from a 7 to an 11. If you've enjoyed this show, there's a couple of things I would ask for you to do. Head on over to kqpodcast.com. You got a phone, you got a laptop, boop, boop, head on over there. We got all kinds of goodies. We got stickers and merch. New one is in the way. We've got the music, as we just heard, from the first 2 seasons, all there. And we're going to be working on season 3, maybe? I don't know. Let us know if you want it. And then we'll speed that up if that's something we want. Of course, you can also go to Patreon from that website as well. Give us some support. We'd love for you to join us over there. We've got all kinds of goodies for you. Special bonus episodes. We just released a bonus episode for this month of February about how Salazar and Celeste first met. And it is just as wacky, intense as Nice Quest usually is. So a big shout out to all of our patrons for their support, and a very big shout out to our better tier patrons, Lauren, Grace, those dang high elves again, Mike and Lowell. Long may he reign. Thank you, and thank you. Otherwise, continue to spread the word, continue to be amazing and awesome, and continue to stay fresh. I guess that's all I have. We love you all. If you want to connect with us, of course, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we got a Reddit. So join all those communities, chat with each other, get to know each other, have some fun. That's all I've got to say for today. So, we'll see you in 2 weeks. On March 11th is when we shall return. May your place in his story belong.
Cool stuff.
All right. Well, we don't need to do any 3-line because we're warmed up. So, let's just get right into it.
Nope, we can't use that one. No Keemstar on this.
Yeah, no Keemstar. My good Christian simplicity podcast.
Not Gary Knight's quest.
Not on.
Wasn't it Bobby Knight?
Sure.
Buddy
Knight. That was it.
I'm Buddy Knight's good Knight's quest.
Not on Buddy Knight's good wholesome quest.